It's a party, baby.
What's going on, everybody? We are back, and we are back for a special show tonight. So glad that you guys can join us this evening. I know it's a little different than we usually do, but the whole crew is here because we have Royal Rumble predictions to do. It's a big show, a big show. There's a lot of stuff going on, and we wanted to make sure we came out and we did our predictions live with all of you. So it's great to be back. Jeff is feeling better. I am feeling better. I think Jodie's probably feeling better, I hope. Everybody was going through something. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. Tazzy, I don't know about you, but I hope you're feeling well as well. Anyway, hello to everyone and welcome in. So as always, of course, Jeff is with me, my co-host. Tazzy's up in square to the right, and Jodie is square to the right bottom, however that works. But are we ready for some? A lot of stuff going on in the world of wrestling. Yes, everybody's talking about Danhausen. Danhausen showed up at AEW, and like Jeff said, we're thrilled for him. We've been big fans of Danhausen since we started the show. Danhausen, if you ever listen, come on the show at some point. That would be amazing. But yes, happy for Danhausen, and that's amazing. I don't know if that means he's there for sure. People are saying he's now in it. We don't know yet, so kind of push the brakes a little bit. But it was awesome to see him there. So that's awesome. Always cool when we see somebody come from the indies to a bigger show and listen, he deserves it. The dude's been on Conan O'Brien. You don't get to see that about a lot of wrestlers. So, but Jeff, all set for the Rumble, man. This is going to be a big weekend, dude.
Huge weekend. And I want to play this real quick because, it's been a while since we've been here. So let's go ahead and play this real quick.
Are you ready?
We're ready. We're ready.
I love it. Some metal to get us going. Jodie, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantabulous.
That's awesome to hear. Are you ready for the Rumble?
Yes.
Jody's ready. Tazzy,
Super ready. Let's go.
Let's go. Tazzy, what are you thinking, man? Are you ready for the weekend?
Well, before I do the normal, I'm still a whirlwind. Bengals in the AFC Championship. I'm still like,
yeah.
like,
let's not talk about football too much.
Yeah,
my Cowboys. The most exciting thing that happened to my Cowboys is Sean Payton decided to leave the Saints, and I'm hoping he ends up with Dallas. But yeah,
it's debatable. It's debatable. It's debatable. And I'll just shocked because I haven't seen an AFC Championship in not my lifetime.
Well, I know you're a Bengals fan. Yeah, it's been a
Bengals
long
and Raiders. It's been a weird combination. Especially the first game.
That is a weird combination.
Only thing I'll say about my team is this.
I don't want to hear nothing. I live with a Green Bay Packers fan, okay? So don't.
But in the meantime, oh my God, wrestling is getting crazy right now. It's ridiculous. I'm looking forward to Saturday. Just before somebody asks me, no, there's still tailgate party on Saturday. Just before somebody asks me, gonna be crazy. In the meantime, it's a party, baby.
We got no wait, hold on, because there is that.
Oh,
so it's been confirmed. So he is all elite. So there you go. Yeah, listen, it's going to be, for those of you who are out there, make sure you join us tomorrow because Impact, there are a lot of spoilers everywhere. They are very, very hard to avoid. I suggest you do because there is some crazy stuff going on. I kind of wanted to kill Matt Cardona because I was listening to Busted Open 2 days ago, and Matt was on there and kind of spoiled a lot about the tapings, and that kind of sucked. But what are you going to do? I could have shut it off, but I didn't. But there is a lot going on there too. So there, and then of course we have one of the biggest events of the year, if not the biggest. Royal Rumble, to me, has always been one of the most fun shows to watch during the year because not only do you get great matches and stuff like that, and there's a great card along with the Rumble matches, and usually that's not always the case, but this year it is. But the Rumble itself can bring any number of surprises, people we haven't seen in a while, people from other companies this year. So it is going to be a really, really good Royal Rumble weekend. So hello, Derek. Yeah, it was kind of an impromptu thing. We just decided to do it because we haven't been on in a while, and we didn't really know when we'd get our chances to do our predictions. So that said, let me welcome some people in. Let me say hello to James Grant. Hey, Big Dan, how are you? Chad Schrader, Yos is here. How are you? Boomers TV, Jeff Samuel. We've got James Chadwick. What's going on with you? We've got Brandon Barnes. We've got Jason Stoffer. Hello to you. Sean Rousset. Hello. Derek popped in there for a quick minute, and Jen Carter's here as well. So welcome to all of you who have come out and joined us. But we are here, as you can see behind our heads, to talk about the Rumble, and that's what we're going to do. So make sure that, again, we have got coming up. So tomorrow is Impact Night. That will start at 7:45 like we normally do. So come on and join that. If you are not familiar with it, come and watch. It's been really good, and it's going to get better. There's a lot of cool people showing up there and a lot more to come. So make sure you check that out. That's tomorrow night. And of course, after the Impact, after the show. And then Friday Night Nothing, Saturday, Tazzy actually has SmackDown this coming Friday night. So make sure you check out his watch along for SmackDown. That's a go home show. So make sure you're there for that. And then Saturday, of course, we will be right back here for the Royal Rumble watch along. So make sure you come out and check us out for that. Deanna's here. Hello, Deanna. Deanna, I know it's a big Danhausen night. Supersonic X is here. Hey, Mark, how are you? Today's my first day back at school, sort of. I'm taking a class on the introduction to graphic design here at my local college. That's cool, man. Good for you. Jeff Samuel says, woo, woo, you know it, Joe. Yes. All right, let's get into the Rumble because it is, it's like 10, 12 on the East Coast, and some of us have work in the morning, and we can't be here all that late, but let's get into it. We're going to talk about the matches. We're going to talk about the Rumble. We're going to pick surprises and, of course, winners as well. So, all right, let's roll. What do we got first on the docket here, Jeff?
So we've got Beth Phoenix and Edge going up against The Miz and Maryse.
They're labeling it the It couple versus the Grit couple. I mean, listen, we've seen this go back and forth. We saw the brick to the back of the neck from Maryse. To Beth, we saw present. I mean, listen, we knew the birthday party wasn't going to go as planned. Yeah, that stuff never
does.
So when we saw the presents and stuff like that, I was expecting at first, I'm like, yeah, the big box is too obvious. But then I was thinking they might have been in the little boxes and just have the boxes kind of over the tops of their heads that were on that table. Thought they were going to come up from there. So that didn't happen. But they beat up all the security. And apparently there was security that people knew who they were. There were apparently some wrestlers in the security that some people were calling out that they knew who they were. I can't remember off the top of my head now, but some people were noticing who they were. Maybe people in the chat can tell us. But they beat the security up, and this has been back and forth. So let's start. Who wins? The Grit couple or the It couple? I'll start with Jodie. Jodie, who wins this one?
I am super psyched for this match. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I think they're all awesome, but I'm going to have to go with Edge and Beth.
All right, Edge and Beth for Jodie. So you guys in the chat play along. Let us know who you're picking for the matches. Derek's saying the Grit couple. So play along in the chat. Let us know yours as well. The GCW Matt Cardona ruined it. He certainly did. He was going to town on NWA. Really going to town on NWA and just letting them have it. He is definitely playing heel. Edge and Beth wins in a fun match where Beth hits Miz with a grand slam, says Big Dan.
Ooh.
All right. James Grant says Miz and Maryse. James Grant says Miz and Maryse, so the feud continues. Okay. All right, let me go to Jeff. Jeff, Grit couple or It couple? Who you got?
I got to go with the Grit couple. I mean, I can't see Edge losing this one right now unless we get these two at WrestleMania, which I wouldn't mind that. So selfishly, I'd love to see the Miz and Maryse win so we could see that match at WrestleMania. But I got to go with Edge and Beth here.
Mark says Edge and Beth, so he agrees with you. Jason says the same. Edge is retiring soon. Randy Sam says Edge and Beth wins. All right, Tazzy, who you got?
This is very hard for me because you know how much I'm a big Edge fan. I love the way how they actually got this storyline. This is actually a really good storyline, by the way. This is what happens when you get a full month to actually do stuff.
Right? Who knew?
You can't really. The day one didn't really count with these two because they wasn't really doing anything. But it's whatever. But anyway, I really think this is going to continue. So I think there's going to be shenanigans involved in this, and I think it's actually going to be out of this and Maryse. And then Edge going to come back a little bit later, and then they're going to have that match at WrestleMania. So we might get two splits. So we might get Maryse versus Beth, and we're going to have Edge versus Miz at WrestleMania. That's what we got.
Okay. All right. So playing it through to Mania, that'd be perfectly all right with me. I will say this: Beth looks much more cut than she was when she was in wrestling prior. She looks
great.
She looks tremendous. And you could see her pictures of backstage and stuff like that, and her and Edge were training, and they showed, I mean, she looks tremendous. So if I'm Maryse, I want no part of that. I would love to see it go further. However, I kind of don't think they'll do that. I think that now maybe they have plans for both of them separately, which is maybe kind of what Tazzy was alluding to there a little bit. But I don't know. I mean, it would be kind of tough for Edge to start something new unless there is shenanigans of some sort that somebody comes in and, causes them maybe to lose. And then you start a feud with whoever that is in Edge, but obviously Edge will have a Mania match, of course. So the thing is, does Beth have something on the agenda for Mania as well? It is kind of tough. I mean, I don't know. I almost want to say Miz and Maryse win this, and I really don't know why. Hey, Rick, how are you? You know what? I'm going with my gut, and I'm going to say Miz and Maryse. And I really don't know what's telling me why that is. I don't think they'll win it straight up. There will be some sort of trickery going on. But what I think it could be is written in a storyline where someone is going to come out maybe and surprise Edge, and maybe, attack him maybe outside of the ring, leaving Beth in the ring with just Miz and Maryse, and then the both of them gang up on her and win. That's kind of where I think they're going to go. And then whoever comes out after Edge, I think, is how they're going to go forward with the storyline to WrestleMania with him. I don't know who that could be, but that's kind of how I view it happening. But I'm going to go with the heels. I just have a gut. I don't know why, because I think everybody's thinking, oh, it's definitely Edge and Beth, definitely Edge and Beth. But I think Miz and Maryse sneak out of this one. And sneak is the key word. So, hey, I just have a gut feeling. I don't know why. I'm not sure.
I was thinking that, like, if Miz and Maryse do win, it will not be clean.
Right. There is a little teaser of something that AJ said on the bump today about him and Edge for WrestleMania. So it's a heads up on that. It's a heads up.
So see, that's what, like, maybe he just distracts Edge. Maybe Edge is in the ring with Miz, and then maybe you hear AJ's theme music, and AJ comes down, starts coming down to the ring, and maybe that's just enough to, like, surprise him and get Miz to just do a quick pin, and a quick roll up, and and that would be amazing. Imagine that match.
Ooh, Edge versus AJ Styles at Mania. Woo!
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Bring it on.
That would be awesome. I'm up for that. Gangrel comes out and attacks Edge. I'd be good with that.
Wow, that's actually really good.
I'd be perfectly fine with that. That'd be amazing.
That's an awesome book right
That'd
there.
be awesome, especially if the music came on. It came out from that would be perfect. That'd be perfect. Edge and Kevin Owens at Mania.
Ooh, I like that too.
Yeah.
Well, there was some seeds planted there. Yeah, you might not be off base with that either, because there were a little bit of seeds planted there. Those two had some backstage confrontations. So, okay. All right. I'm seeing where you're coming from. AJ and Edge at Mania. Yes, please, says Deanna. Okay. All right. Well, there are some little interesting storylines we got going there. All right. What's up next, Jeff?
We got Becky Lynch defending against Piper. I'm not calling her Doudrop.
Yeah, I'm not calling her that either.
Not calling her Doudrop.
I'm not calling her that either. This is going to be interesting in a couple of ways. One, let's see. It's going to be the first time we're seeing Piper on a big stage. We've seen her have some larger matches before, but this is the first time she's going to be on this kind of a stage. So it's going to be interesting to see how she does. I think Becky wins probably the same way she has been winning, where she cheats to win. That seems to be a thing. Maybe she uses the ropes, maybe something else like that. I think Becky wins, but I think Becky wins for a reason that I will name later when we're talking about the Women's Royal Rumble match. So hold that thought, because I'll tell you why. a little bit later, but I'm pretty sure that Becky's going to retain.
Hmm.
Now, again, could you see some craziness happen here?
Mhm.
I mean, Liv Morgan wants her shot. So does Bianca Belair. So do we see anything crazy happen in this one as well? Maybe. But if it's a straight up one-on-one, Becky's going to win it. But like I said, I will tell you all why in a little bit. Tazzy, go ahead. Who are you picking?
This is going to be very interesting because as of the last couple weeks, when she actually got the title shot, I saw a change, and the change is, and you guys know me at NXT UK. I see that attitude come back in her. That whole attitude she had at NXT UK, which is like what you saw on TV on Monday, which is like you say one more thing, I'm coming. You know what I mean? So, oh man, as much if I want Piper to win, I said Piper. I don't think it's the right time. I think she got a lot of growing to go to. I can part of summer, maybe. So Becky wins. And I agree exactly what you said, Joe, on that. And I think I agree exactly 100%.
I think we might all have a mutual answer for that. Yeah, that's a couple of people in the chat have already said it too. James wants to know if I'm going to get rowdy. I'm always rowdy. It's very late, and I get crazy at this time. It's kind of like you turn into a vampire a little bit, you know. And look, I have a rowdy beard going on too, so I'm always rowdy. Jeff, what are you thinking for this one?
Man, I've got Becky to win this one. I think this is going to be about positioning Piper, though. You know, this will be in large part to maybe put her over to make her more of a main event player, in my opinion. But I think, you know, Becky's going to use some heel tactics to win this one, and I might differ a little bit. I think something's going to happen in the Rumble that we'll get to, but I think we get a return here. I think we get a return, and I think there's someone that might want their Raw title back that is not any of the women in the Rumble right now. And I'll just leave it at that. I think we get a return, though.
Facts.
And maybe they end up in the Rumble later. Because what people need to understand is there's 30 people in each Rumble match, correct? As of today, as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong. Wow.
Yeah, but he's getting blocked. I got it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, thank you.
You got it.
But I think, gosh, no, I'm not saying Eva Marie. Give me more credit than that, Eli.
Right? Oh.
No, I think we get an Oscar return. I do think we get an Oscar return. I think it's possible I think she may show up during this match, and then I think she may end up in the Rumble. Right now, I want to say there are only 21 or 22 women that I've seen names for. So while people are still upset that they announced some of the legends, there's gonna be room for more surprises. So don't get too upset.
Remember, there are 8 spots on both sides that are open. 8 are open on both sides. So, and that's not including the people like Mickie James and others who have been. There are 8 spots.
8 spots
open on both sides. So just remember. Jodie, what do you think?
I'm definitely on the same wavelength as Jeff. I think this is all about, you know, putting Piper in a good position, getting her a really high caliber match that's going to get a lot of views, and I don't think it's quite time for her yet. I actually kind of think this might be I don't really think anybody's going to interfere. I think this is just going to be a pretty run-of-the-mill match, maybe with Becky having some shenanigans and doing what heels do. But yeah, I think Becky's going to retain here.
All right. Well, there you go. And it's time to get rowdy. Rowdy. I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum. There you go. We want Bailey. Dana's talking Bray Wyatt. Stranger things have happened. All right, let's continue. Jeff, what's next?
I just got to play this after Bray Wyatt. That's all. That's all. I got to play that real quick. All right, what's up next? This is a match that a lot of us have wanted to see for quite some time. Brock Lesnar defending the WWE Championship against the almighty Bobby Lashley.
So,
I think this is the first time that I'm like really excited about a Brock Lesnar match.
This one is going to really this one's going to piss a lot of people off, I think.
Yep.
And here's why. This is going to be a very quick squash match.
Mm-hmm.
And Brock's going to lose. Brock is going to lose this match very, very quickly. And Bobby Lashley is going to win the title. And here's why. And there's the lead up story to this. Brock is obviously the face. Bobby is the heel. The lead up story to this has Brock disrespecting this man so much that he won't even give him a minute's thought. He's not, and I think you could turn around and very easily say that he just doesn't care. And he's just not focused on this at all because he still has Roman on his mind. Listen, we all have heard that Mania wants Roman and Brock. We've all heard it. The way to get there is obviously now the title for title thing was a big dream that a lot of people had. I don't think that's happening. I don't think they're going to do that because that's going to cause a whole bunch of malarkey with the brands and everything like that. And so I think that's out the window. I don't think you're going to see that. They're going to wrestle for a title, but I think they're going to, and this is going to give away a future pick of mine. They're going to wrestle for Roman's title because what I think is going to happen is well, let's just keep it here for now. Brock's going to lose, and it's going to be over very quickly. I think Bobby's going to come out. He's going to beat the crap out of Brock. I think maybe Brock gets in a few moves, but then I think Bobby gets him in that hurt lock, and it's done. I do not think this is going to go quickly or go slow, go a long time at all. And I think Brock's going to lose. So I'm going with Bobby Lashley. And and like I said, I think a lot of people are going to be pissed because a lot of people like this Brock, this face Brock that we're getting, Cowboy Brock. A lot of people like this. So I think people are going to be upset about it. But again, hold that thought. Put a pin in it. Hold that thought. All right. Jodie.
Now I don't know. I was initially saying I was agreeing with everything that you were saying. I do think this is going to be a fast match. I don't think this is going to last very long. Both of these guys are very muscular. They're very tough, and I just think they get worn out really quickly, like most superb athletes do. So I don't think this is going to be a very long match either. And initially, I was thinking Brock was just going to annihilate him, but I definitely understand what Joe was saying about Lashley doesn't care anymore. He's like a person on death row that's lost their last appeal. They just don't give a shit. So I'm gonna go with Lashley too. I think he's gonna be so ticked off that he's just going to be a monster.
I was listening to a show. It was a sports show today. And someone mentioned, they were talking about wrestling, and they were talking about this match in particular. And someone mentioned that they harken back to a fight with Muhammad Ali. And the guy who was fighting him, I didn't hear a lot of it, so I'm not sure who he was fighting, but he would not refer to him by his real name. He would not call him Muhammad Ali. He was calling him Cassius, and he kept on doing that. Now, what's Brock doing to Bobby? He's not calling him right. He's disrespecting him completely, as if he's almost overlooking it. Like, you're beneath me. And I think he's going to pay for it. So, Tazzy, go ahead, man.
Where do I start? Okay, this pay-per-view is 4 hours. Actually, 4.5. I just found that out.
Oh, damn, really? Oh, shit. 12:30. Good thing I'm off on Monday.
It's
Sunday. Oh, that's Sunday. Oh, never mind. Oops.
It's at least 4 hours. So it depends where they place this match at. If they place this match at the beginning, we know what happened last year at the Royal Rumble.
Yes. And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up though, Tazzy, because one more real quick thing. I think this match opens the show. Right.
If it opens the show, yeah, this could be a weird scenario match where it's like, I think Lesnar gonna lose. However, if this match end up being like close to the end, then it's going to be a match. It's going to be a match, but it's not going to be like the match where Brock Lesnar is dominating the whole match. It's going to be a like back and forth. Who do I think going to win? If it's the beginning, it's Bobby Lashley. If it's later down on the card, it's Brock Lesnar, because I think this is going to be weird. I think if Bobby Lashley loses this match, he's going to end up in the Royal Rumble. That's what I'm thinking about that.
I like that.
And here's the thing. Here's the scenario with that.
Tazzy just went like this. He stole my thunder. That was my idea as well.
Now here's the crazy part. If that happens, Bobby Lashley will win the Royal Rumble. That means you have two champions. More likely, we'll talk about that. We'll hold that off, but we might have a scenario. We might have a triple threat match at WrestleMania. That's all I'm saying.
Jason Stauffer, I've heard that said in a few different places. If they do unify it, Roman wins both belts, cuts a promo saying no one could beat me, and then we hear The Rock coming out to build to WrestleMania 39. Yeah.
Does that mean that Roman has the belt for another year, though? Like,
he would have to have, and he'd have to have both belts for another year. Yeah,
right.
I don't know. That's why I said
sucks.
I think that whole unification thing, I think, is kind of a pipe dream. I don't see them doing that. Because I think it just would be too confusing, and it would completely nullify the draft. Now, I know they haven't been doing anything with the draft recently anyway, because everybody's going to every other show. But that's Rumble season. They're pawning that off on that. So, okay, I get it. But if they unify everything, that means everybody and anybody can be on any show constantly. So the draft is done. So, I mean, I've said before that I think the draft is stupid anyway, so maybe that's not a bad idea. Jeff,
they have the roster to do it. They have the small enough roster to win that.
They do.
Yeah.
They could, yeah.
Jeff, what are you thinking?
Okay, so you and Tazzy, well, all three of you really are on this one side, and I'm on the complete opposite. So I'll share a little bit more on the next one. I'm going to say that Brock wins here. But I think something happens in the other in the Universal Championship match that might change some things. So
I think I know where you're going with that, and yeah, I can see. Yeah, I mean, it could really. It'll be interesting when we get to there. So yeah, again, we'll put a pin in it, and we'll get into that when we get to the Rumble matches, because you can see there's build up here. All right, what's next?
All right. So speaking of that Universal Championship, here it is.
laughing at Tazzy right now.
It feels fresh, Joe. Then Becky can face Charlotte for both belts at Mania. Imagine tear it up if that happens. If Flair wins the Rumble, NXT has one champion. Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I don't know. I don't know if I can. It's a cool thought, but I don't know if I can swallow that yet. I don't know if I can cater to that yet. We'll see. We'll see. All right, Roman Reigns and the Drip God, Seth Rollins. Look at that picture of Seth Rollins up there.
Here's to that you kid.
Oh, he's such a smug bastard, and you gotta love it. You gotta love it. The promos between these two have been awesome. Seth recalling their Shield days, and Seth basically saying all the stuff that people want to say about Roman, about how he's the chosen one, and
it's so great.
The promos have been great between these two, and you knew it would be. The only thing that I kind of would hope that this would have maybe dragged on a little longer. And then maybe it will. We don't know. Maybe it'll continue for after this. We'll see what happens with all this stuff. But I had originally thought that I was going to pick Seth here, and I was going to say Seth. But since I've gone the other direction that I went with Bobby and Brock, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say Roman retains. There's going to be some weirdness that may go on here as well. Now, obviously, the Usos are banned, so we can't see them come down and really do anything here. But I don't know. Maybe something along the lines of when he wrestled KO and he beat Kevin Owens. Because of some of the stuff that happened during the match, whether he uses some kind of an object or whether something. I think there's a little something that happens here where Roman, I don't know, whether he cheats a little bit in some way, and that would get him an edge, and that would get him to win the match. Roman's going to win this. And I have to go this way because it just would make sense with my other story. Because if I say he's not, then it just puts that other one down. Forget it. That goes down the toilet. So Roman wins. I think it's going to be a good match, though. This could be the match of the show between these two. I think it'll be a really good one. I think it'll last a while. But yeah, I think this is going to be. I think this is going to be a really good match between these two. But Roman retains. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. Does it last longer or something along those lines? We'll see. But I'm going to go with Roman Reigns. Tazzy, what do you think?
Oh, my tribal chief? Oh, he's in the match. Oh, okay. No. Roman wins. I had to go with the story down, tell it. Roman wins, and I can't actually. Well, I think I did say that. Actually, I did. Well, I actually got brought my prediction for the men's Royal Rumble. My bad. Oh well. Roman wins, and obviously we're going to get a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Don't forget, guys, we got Elimination Chamber coming up too.
Oh,
they want to retitle that the WrestleMania Chamber. Is what I heard.
Too late. I
was gonna say they were thinking about renaming that the WrestleMania Chamber. Yeah. I read, and of course now it's going to be in Saudi Arabia. So yeah. I'm just a messenger. Jodie, what do you think?
Well, speaking as the only female in the group, this is a hell of a good-looking match. I'm just gonna say that.
God.
Could it be because both men have beards and long hair?
It's the beards. That's yeah. Roman's Roman. He's not getting rid of that title anytime soon, but I will thoroughly enjoy this match.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good one. James Chadwick says tribal teeth. I think the Usos' brother will help Roman Reigns win. So we're going to get another person interfering, says Dana. Maybe. Money talks. All right, Jeff. What do you think?
All right. So obviously, I kind of tease something. Mm-hmm. I think this match is going to be a great match. Just throwing that out there. I think Roman loses here.
The
I think,
golden boy, the chosen one.
and I think all of that's been said. A lot has been made about his streak and this, him having the title for so long, and he really hasn't had a lot of adversity over the last year. Let's be honest. So I think something happens here. Whether he's distracted or whatever the case may be, I think there's going to be a distraction, to say the very least. And I think Seth, being Seth, picks up the win. And then, I guess since we like to do segues, I'll go over what happens in the next match, because I mean,
Perfect segue.
you got to have things, you got to set things up. If you're gonna have Roman lose, which I think is possible, it could set up for an interesting summer for Roman, and not in a good way, and I'll explain later.
All righty. All right, there you go. Ricky says Seth music hits, and then the Usos jumping backstage, and the Roman says, "Okay, I'm done," and then unlikely make you jump out of your seat if you smell what the Rock is cooking. Everybody's thinking the Rock. Oh man, I don't know, guys. I can't buy into the Rock, not yet. If the Rock's going to show up, I think it's got to be Mania, but I don't know. I can't buy it. Just also because he's filming still a couple. I think he's filming a couple of movies actually right now, so I can't buy it. Not yet. If he's going to show up, that's got to be a WrestleMania moment, and that's got to happen at the end of WrestleMania. Has to be the thing that you walk away from WrestleMania with. So I can't buy into the Rock being here. Not yet. I think it's too soon. Proving he can beat Seth is a big story point. 2 words: Kevin Owens. You think Kevin Owens is going to interfere? Okay. All right. That's interesting. Roman Reigns. No, we're not mentioning that word, Dana. We don't mention that word here. We're not talking about that word. No. Seth's got an amazing beard, though. I will say that. He just does. I mean, look at all that. Oh,
they both do.
Yeah, Roman's is a little, but I mean, Seth, the way that Seth has that, I mean, he's just got it going on there. Roman's a little bit spaced here and there, but Seth just, I don't know. Seth's is just impressive. All right, let's roll on, shall we?
All right, so here we go. The Men's Rumble.
Well, we're going to have to spend some time because obviously we're going to have to say who we think is going to win. And we're going to have to say who we think are some of the surprises that are going to show up here as well. So, you know what? Let me go about it this way. And I'll pose this question to everybody. Of the contestants that are already in that group on the screen, is there a person there that you could see winning this match? Is there a person there that you could legit see winning the Rumble out of any of those guys? And if so, who is it? Because this is the question that they posed this morning on Busted Open, kind of. And the answers were really weird. And again, I'll pose it to the chat. Same thing. Out of that group that's there, is there a person on that list that you think can win this Royal Rumble? Tell me. I mean, Big E? Legit, right? Randy Orton? Legit. Omos? He may have the most toss-outs in the match.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens? AJ Styles? Corbin and Moss, absolutely not. Kofi will have some crazy moments. How about Otis? How about the guy who's being pushed by Vince McMahon? Does he have a shot? Rey Mysterio.
Oh, sorry.
Austin Theory. We know Johnny Knoxville's not winning it, okay? We know Johnny Knoxville is not going to win. That would elicit so many boos from the crowd, you wouldn't even be able to stand it. And then Sami Zayn. But do you guys see anybody on that list there who you legit think could win it? Jeff, I'll start with you. Is there anyone on that list that you legit think could win this match?
If you had any other, if you didn't have the Roman Brock thing hanging over, I would say you can go completely out of left field which is not completely out of left field, but this would be a year that I would go with Damian Priest.
That's okay.
I mean, given how they've built him up over the last year, you could make an argument that Damian Priest, another one. People may think I'm crazy here. Why not Riddle? He'd be interesting. But those two stand out for me for sure. Other than the names that you mentioned before, those two would be kind of like my dark horse picks.
Damian Priest is a great call. Yeah, Damian Priest is a great call. Why not? He's been pushed quite a bit. Randy and Riddle. The only thing with that would be, do you want to split them? Because they're pretty much money as tag team. As a tag team, do you want to split them? And if they wanted to, sure. I mean, why not? Riddle hasn't gotten a championship push, so why not? Big Dan saying Big E. So obviously he thinks that, Big E is one of the guys that are up there. Tazzy, do you think anybody up there can win this?
Jeff has a good point about Riddle, but the only problem with that is the storyline that he's in. That should kill it. But honestly, other than that, that'd be perfect for right now, because that's a perfect you could actually push for the next 2 months. That's perfect. I even think it would have been perfect because the way they're pushing AJ Styles be a perfect thing too. Anybody else? No, Big E would be too easy. Like, he's already pushed enough. Yeah, that's the only two. It's either it'll be either AJ Styles or Riddle, but Riddle's storyline is stopping him from fitting that mold.
Jodie, anybody up there catch your eye that you think could win this?
I don't know why. Just knee-jerk gut feeling. I'm going to pick a dark horse out of those and say Sheamus.
Okay, why not? Sheamus can certainly win a Rumble. What silly thing R-Truth is going to do this year? Danny, Drew can't return. He won't be back until Mania because of his injury, from what I'm hearing. So that would be a shocker if he did, but I don't think so. I don't think so. All right. So the reason I asked that, there's a logic behind it. That would mean that 8 people, 1 of 8 is going to be your winner. So if you don't see anyone on that poster that you think are going to win, then 1 of 8 people who we don't know is going to win this match. So I'm sure Jeff has a story. I've got a story. Jeff, why don't you start with your story?
I'll make it real quick. Roman. Obviously, if Roman loses his match against Seth, it would make all the sense in the world that he would be pissed. Mm-hmm. And he's looking for vengeance, and he's just gonna destroy so many people in his way. Now, I see a lot of people saying Moose.
Oh God! If he shows up, look out.
I'm gonna say this: if Moose shows up, I would love to see a brief showdown between Moose and Roman.
Oh, they played each other in football.
Played each other in football.
That'd be awesome.
Yes. But yeah, I think Roman. I don't know if we're doing our surprises here or not.
Yeah,
but,
I was gonna ask you next. Yeah, give us your surprises too.
So I've got Roman winning it because I got him going up against Brock at Mania.
Okay.
But surprises. While I would love to see Moose, I don't know that he's gonna be there. Don't be surprised if we see Chris Bay. I would not be surprised to see Chris Bay. Chris Bay, former WWE guy.
Mm-hmm.
His status has certainly elevated since he left there. Now he's a member of the club. So I think we're going to see Chris Bay. I think we could see. I know the big one that people really want to talk about, and that's not my lane. I'll let somebody else have that one. But yeah, I think. I don't know. I mean, I think Chris Bay might be a dark horse to show up. And then you talk about Kofi doing spots. Folks, if you've never seen Chris Bay in a ring, you're in for a treat because Chris Bay is the man and he's athletic as all get out. And I think he could do some special things in the Rumble.
So I've been hit or miss lately. What about Creed, Xavier Woods?
Is he still injured though?
That's what I
was gonna ask. I've been hit and miss, so I don't
think he's still hurt.
Yeah, I think he's gonna miss it. I think he's still out. Yeah. I think his injury is actually, I think from what I heard, is worse than Drew's. So I think he's gonna be out a little longer than Drew is. So yeah, I think he's gonna miss it, but that would have been a great call. Okay. So I will go with the reversal of what Jeff just said. And I'm gonna say that Mr. Lesnar enters the Rumble. And we all know what Brock Lesnar has done in Rumbles prior. He just slaughters everybody. What was it? What he had 14 eliminations before anybody even was in the ring.
Yeah.
Or 13.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yep.
Yeah. So we all know his reputation there, and let's just say he gets in toward the end. So
game over.
Yeah. I think Brock is going to lose. And like Jeff has said, to set up the Mania match, which we pretty sure all know that's coming, I think Brock will then end up winning the Royal Rumble. So that's where I'm going. Surprises for me. Now, I think it's pretty safe to pick some of these. Walter, who isn't Walter anymore. I'm not going to call him by his other name. I'm saying Walter. But Gunther is going to be there. I don't know this for sure, but I'm going with that. I'm going to say you see Ciampa at the Royal Rumble. May see a little bit of different hairstyle, too, with Ciampa. A little bit. You may see Braun Breaker at the Rumble as well, for nostalgia's sake and the name. So those three from NXT, homegrown. Then you got to think of people that have been out of wrestling maybe for a bit. I'm going with the Boogeyman that's going to show up there because he had that little tweet. He put it out. He was getting his uniform ready and his his attire ready. So I think the Boogeyman might show up there. And then what's the shock? What's the shock? Because they always have a shock. Remember when John Cena showed up at number 30? Way back when. In probably one of the better Rumbles that there ever was. Adam Pearce maybe could be one because he was teasing it. It could be, oh my gosh. It could be Corey Graves. Corey Graves was cleared.
I've heard that.
Who's the shocker? Who's the shocker? Now, if anybody's out there thinking it's going to be from someone from AEW, I think that would be a big stretch. A big stretch, because I just don't think, as cool as it could be, and people are saying Cody Rhodes is not under a contract right now with AEW. He's technically a quote unquote free agent. He hasn't re-signed a contract with them. He works for them, but he is not with them under contract. So would that be a shock if he showed up? Sure. I just don't think Vince McMahon could allow it. I just don't think his ego would let him allow it, especially from AEW. I think it would be more – I think it would be much closer. In the fact that you already have Mickie James appearing from Impact Wrestling, that, like Jeff was saying, somebody from Impact could end up there. If that's the case, and it was going up and down in the chat, why not Mr. Cardona, who's been in every wrestling promotion everywhere lately? He's in NWA, he's in Impact, he was in GCW, he's everywhere. Why not Mr. Cardona, who was also an ex-WWE? Why not him? We all know the big shocker, and I'm just going to let her talk about it next. So go ahead, Jodie. Who do you think is going to win this Rumble, and what are your shockers? Surprises.
I don't know. I have no idea who's going to win this Rumble. I really have no freaking clue. None. And look, we'll just get to the elephant in the room. If I were fantasy booking this, I would have it come down to Matt Riddle and Randy, and I would have The Fiend interfere, distract Randy enough that Riddle beats him.
Oh, wow.
Everybody, tit for tat. Alexa did it to, The Fiend, and Randy won. So now he's going to do it to Randy and make him lose. So if I were fantasy booking that, that's what I do. But I'm not Vince McMahon. I'm not Bray Wyatt. And as much as we love him and we miss him, I really don't think he's coming back to WWE. I know that's what everybody wants to happen, but logically, I'm not going to set myself up for disappointment. I'm going to expect him not to show up. If on the slight, maybe 5% chance that he does, I will be ecstatic. And you will see me in a puddle on the floor.
The Rumble's in St. Louis, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Where is he filming his movie?
Tennessee.
Not that far of a flight.
Not that far at all.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I would be, like I said, I would be ecstatic if he showed up at the Rumble. I would probably pass out on the floor. I would be sitting here in stunned silence because we love him and we miss him, and he knows that we love him and we miss him. My gut feeling is it's not going to happen.
And we don't know. We don't know. You're right, Jodie. We don't know because, listen, I said the thing, and I was a firm believer against it because of everything that happened to him and stuff like that. And the one thing I will say is that he hasn't done the podcast and come out and kind of said, like, we got those words from him saying he was gonna come out and tell us everything. We haven't heard that. That's the one thing that would make me hang on to hope. Because he didn't come out and trash them. He didn't come out and say bad things. He didn't come out, if that would have happened, then all bets are off. And he's moving on.
Maybe he's just waiting for us to show up in New York, and he'll do it with us.
There you go. Breaking news. I think Randy lasts a while with Rumble being in his hometown of St. Louis. Raven. It says Brandon Lewis Raven.
Out of nowhere.
Wow, that's yeah.
He's busy in NWA right now.
I could definitely see Boogeyman showing up for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's possible. I also think Corey Graves is going to enter this too. And if you put a gun to my head, I'd probably say Randy Orton would win this.
Okay. Somebody's saying RVD. might show up. He's
I think Matt Cardona is a good one too.
Yeah, he's just been everywhere, and I could totally kind of see that because I don't know. I mean, the other thing with Cardona is he's an asset to social media because Cardona really publicizes things on his social media. He's really good at it. So you never know. There could be something to that too. Elias is another good one. James Grant. Titan, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. He's been kind of vocal about the WWE and stuff like that. So no, I don't think. I think he likes his schedule that he has, where he's not wrestling a ton. He's doing the bodybuilding stuff like that too. So I don't see Titan. Elias though may be a good one because where has he been?
We haven't seen him in how long?
No, we got those cool promotions and stuff that he was doing, but where the hell's he been? So, yeah, that could certainly be a good one. All right, Tazzy, all yours.
All right, I already gave you my winner. So there we are on that. Bobby Lashley, can you just see Bobby Lashley just in the Rumble, just tearing up everybody? Believe it or not, the Fiend is actually one of them. One of my surprises.
Okay,
but here's one. And I know what we just said. Don't be surprised. You might see Chris Jericho in Miami in there. You just might. He's been on TV. He's been on the TV. So it's like you never know.
That'd be quite the shock.
That would be a huge shock. I'm like, why not?
Especially if he played it up. And he came out and was like, this has to be a good old kick in the nuts for Vince, something along those lines, and played that up. Yeah, okay. All right, that'd be cool.
Who else we might have in there? As for Impact, so many choices, so many choose. I would love to have Moose in there and just tear everybody up, and then have him and Roman at WrestleMania, and that would actually help Impact so much. It'll be huge for them.
Let me interject a quick matchup with Moose and Omos.
Oh,
could you imagine Moose standing in the ring with Omos?
Moose and Lashley.
Moose and Lashley.
All right.
Oh Lord!
Oh my God! Oh
yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. So
Moose and Big E.
Moose and Big E.
Moose and Big E.
Lord.
Moose, just come on in.
Right.
People are saying
fine.
People in the chat are saying X-Pac. There's something with that as well because I think this is an anniversary for him. I'm pretty sure that this is an anniversary for X-Pac, so that's why that's making the rounds. Because if he does show up, it would be some sort of anniversary, that him coming out. So that could be a possibility too.
Well, he's cleared.
Dana, stop. Just no. We don't want that word mentioned. No mentioning of that.
Ooh.
No. He's gone. Let's not bring him back.
Oh wait, he got one more match, don't he?
No,
I thought he was only contracted for 2.
I think it was.
He got one more left.
He
got one more left.
Well, let him have it in Saudi. They seem to like him over there.
That's about right.
Just
don't put him in the elimination chamber match.
They seem to like him. Yeah. They seem to like him over there. So.
If he shows up at the Royal Rumble now because of that, I'm.
Jodie's out. Pat McAfee entering the. Could you imagine that? Eliminating Graves and leading to a WrestleMania. Oh, that'd be funny, right? Hey, no one said the Undertaker. He is going to be there. No. He's there. He's there supporting his wife, obviously.
Leave him alone.
But yeah,
right.
I'm kind of surprised no one said it. Moose, Omos, Big E, and Lashley, Ken Shamrock. Wow, that'd be a crazy return too.
Actually, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, that'd be a crazy return. We haven't seen him since Impact. Okay,
hey, I gotta ask the question though. If we do get X-Pac, do we get this?
Bow to the masters. Break it down.
You remember he had his own. It's
he had his own.
Yeah.
I remember when he was the 1, 2, 3 kid.
Oh my God. What? Why? I have a question. Why he look more skinny? Why he look more taller when he was the 1, 2, 3 kid? Anybody wonder why?
It was that mullet.
Yeah, it was the hair. he did have a pretty fine mullet. Yes, he did. All right, let's go to our next match.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God.
As hard as the last one was.
I'm checking out. No. Oh.
Now this, if you were to do it the same way, and we don't have to, if you were to do it the same way, you've got quite a list of women on this poster that you could pick that you could say would win this match. I'm just looking at it right now, and I'll just go, from bottom to top. Shotzi Blackheart, I could see it. Rhea Ripley, I could see it. Liv Morgan, I could see it. Bianca Belair, I could see it. Charlotte Flair, just to piss everyone off, I could see it. Naomi, I could see it. Let me look on top. I'd love it if Mickie James won, but I don't see them letting her do it. Lita, don't be shocked.
Don't be shy, yeah.
If Lita wins this. Don't be shocked. I don't know if you all know, but Lita could have signed with AEW. Mm-hmm. She did not. She refused. Now, did someone else make her an offer she couldn't refuse? Who else we got up there? Shayna Baszler. I could see it. The Bella Twins, no, they're not winning. I could see a lot of the women on that poster winning.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've got 8 more that we don't know who they are.
Oh, God.
Are we going to get some NXT people? Could be. Could be. Are we going to get some returns?
Mm-hmm.
Asuka. Bayley. A lot of people saying Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people saying Bayley.
She's ready.
Alexa Bliss.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a definite.
Some people are saying no because they're saying that the whole thing that they're doing with the psychologist isn't done yet.
Yeah.
So they're saying they don't think so. So, but you never know. Mandy Rose from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
Lacey Evans, says James Chadwick.
Oh, I would love that.
I actually saw some pictures of her, and she's already working out, and she's like she's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I can totally see her coming back for this. Io Shirai, says James Grant. Raquel, Cora Jade, Gigi Dolan, Mandy Rose coming from NXT. Melina. Wow.
She's supposed to have been there.
Melina's in the NWA, but she's been in Impact.
Mm-hmm.
Summer Rae. Trish Stratus. Well, we're forgetting one. And it's time to get rowdy. It's time to get a little rowdy. I picked who I did because, yes, I believe that Ronda Rousey shows up. And I believe she is going to get, Ronda is going to get nuclear heat. Nuclear heat. She's been looking for it since she's been outside of wrestling. She's been condemning wrestling. She's been saying how bad it sucked. She's been going on this big rant. She's going to get nuclear heat because she's going to beat one of these women that everyone wants to win this match. She's going to either beat Bianca, or she's going to beat Liv Morgan, or she's going to beat someone that everyone wants to win this match. And she is going to get nuclear heat.
Mm-hmm.
And Ronda's going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that probably means some changes in the guard because then you'd have a heel. You've got a heel Becky, and you've got a heel Charlotte. So what changes? I don't know. I don't know. Will something happen to one of them along the way where they will lose to someone else? And then do we get Ronda versus that person at WrestleMania, or do we get a triple threat or something along those lines? But I think Ronda's going to show. And I think Ronda may be the last entrant as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's going to get a little bit of an advantage. And I think she's going to show up, and I think she's going to win the Royal Rumble. So that is where I was going from before, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Tazzy, what do you got?
I mean, yeah. That's what I'm going to say.
I think we're just all on the same page now.
Here's the thing. My dark horse is Shayna Baszler, because this is the perfect time to actually push her up to the main event scene. She needs to. She needs to. She's like one of those wrestlers, like, she could be one of the scariest heels. She could be a Brock Lesnar. And you still have Paul Heyman around, so I'm like, hey, why not? A lot of surprises, man. A lot of surprises. Of course, Alexa, Asuka. I see a lot of Ace in that name, by the way. Bailey, I'm following her on Instagram, and she looks like she's ready to go. That's what I'm saying. She's moving around and stuff. She was at the Niner game about 3 weeks ago, and she's walking around and everything. She looks fine. So that's what I expected. Yeah, Shayna Baszler is my dark horse because, quite frankly, I need it. But to Ronda Rousey, it actually makes a lot of sense, because then you can have the match that you actually should have had in the first place, and that is Shayna versus Ronda. Technically, in a way, you can have them both be heels, because Becky's not really a heel. She's one of those fun-loving heels like Roman is basically now.
She's like an entity all of her own.
Right. So she's just full of herself right now. So it's not a big deal. And, everybody gonna cheer her again. It is what it is. So yeah, that's a good main event. I'm down with that. I don't know what's gonna happen with Charlotte. The only thing I can think of is Sasha come back at the Elimination Chamber. She went to the Elimination Chamber to win a title shot at WrestleMania.
Or maybe one Alexa Bliss comes back and takes out Charlotte, who she does have a very large vendetta against, actually. Xia Li, people are saying Sonya to enter the screw. Yeah, Sonya can enter. Yeah, absolutely. She can come in and screw over Naomi. You know what I think is going to happen with Miss DeVille? I think Miss DeVille is going to be in some trouble with a certain family on SmackDown. I think we're going to get that. I think she's going to be brought back to her family with Roman and the boys. And I think that they are going to be the ones that are going to... Roman, if you haven't noticed, also is having a lot of face tendencies lately, too. Yeah. So if you haven't seen it...
Oh, God, don't turn him back into a face.
Yeah, if you haven't...
It's not going to be one of those things.
Yeah, no, it won't be a reversion to what he was before.
Right.
But I think he's starting to kind of do a little of what Lesnar did as well. So, like, they're tweeners. But I kind of think that someone needs to stick up for Naomi. No one really is. But I think that the family may. Brandon Page.
That's what I forgot to say. I completely forgot about that.
That wouldn't surprise me either. That'd be amazing.
Very quiet on social media, by the way.
Someone said that Mickey. Wait, where was that comment up here? That Mickey could win, and then who said that? I wanted knockouts. Tony says I wanted knockouts world champion Mickie James to win the Rumble and challenge Charlotte for the SmackDown. What could you imagine that?
Oh my goodness,
that would be amazing if she won it and then challenged for the WWE. That would be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. Tessa Blanchard will not be it. No. No, she will not. Yeah, but I could see Paige. That's another great one too. All right, so there you go. Jodie, go ahead.
I am always gonna pull from our girl Naomi because I absolutely adore that woman. I would love to see her win it. I would love to see Liv Morgan win it. I would love to see Asuka come back. And everything else that everybody else has had. I'd love to see Lacey Evans come back because I adore that woman too. But I think Joe's right. I think Ronda Rousey is going to come in. She's going to come in last. She's going to beat somebody that everybody wants to win. I think that's going to be Liv Morgan. And it's going to break the internet.
Yeah. I mean, the Heat, that obviously that's what she wants. Obviously that's what she wants from doing what she was doing. And that's obviously what she wants is the Heat. So she would definitely get it. Would definitely get it. If that's what, especially if she did it in a heelish kind of a way, like if you knew that, like if Liv was like somehow gonna win and she cheats her out of it, and then she beats her, nuclear heat. Yeah, absolutely. If Ronda's in it, she's definitely winning it. Yeah, there's no confirmation she is, but there is a lot of speculation. A lot of speculation. All right, Jeff, what do you got?
See, I'm not going to go as much into some of the surprises.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that we could throw around out there.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you something I'm really looking forward to. And I think it's going to be a setup for some long-term storytelling.
Okay.
I believe that we're going to get a spot between Mickie James and Charlotte Flair.
Oh, that's awesome.
Maybe Mickie eliminates Charlotte.
Oh, please. That would be amazing.
I think I see where Jeff is going with this. Yep.
Thus setting up a match. If Mickie ever returns, which is possible, could set up a retirement match between Charlotte Flair and Mickie James somewhere down the line. I think it could happen. I really do, because
Jeff,
I know
Jeff, I like the way you think.
Jeff, do you think that Charlotte would show up at Impact?
Oh.
No.
Just throwing that out there.
Unless this is something that they're going to keep on doing. You know what I mean?
I
if
think
this is just a one-off of Mickie James, I don't know.
I think to keep it going, I think she would show up there. I do. Because here's the other thing too. If you're Vince, Charlotte thinks she's the best in the world.
Yes,
right?
She does.
Who's arguably the best women's division in wrestling right now? It's the Impact Knockouts division.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? If you really wanted to do something big, if we really wanted to do something revolutionary for women, why not have a WWE NXT versus Impact all women's pay-per-view?
Oh my goodness.
All women's pay-per-view. I mean, that would be insane.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. I mean, and this could be some of what Vince is looking at in terms of why the Forbidden Door was broken down in that direction in the first place.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just the start. I mean, obviously, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but But I do think we'll get a spot Saturday where it's Mickie James and Charlotte, and I think whatever happens in that, I think it might say a lot.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Who's your winner, Jeff?
Oh goodness! And then you asked me that question. You know what? Give me Bianca for the second time.
I'd be okay with that.
I think Bianca might win, and it might be Bianca and Becky, but maybe Ronda. I know a lot of people want Ronda to show up, and I want her to show up. Maybe Ronda shows up at the end and kind of steals the thunder.
Oh,
I
From the
think
winner.
that might happen. Yeah, from the winner.
Okay.
that would be a very
Not again.
foolish thing to do.
Yeah.
Not again.
History has a funny way of repeating itself.
Yeah.
Yes. Jeff expects Charlotte and Mickie James will make Mandy go night-night. Just saying. Alexa eliminates Charlotte, setting up a match for WrestleMania. Naomi and the Uso brothers will join the Bloodline. That's what I'm
I hope
thinking.
so.
Dana. Ronda shows up at Mania and costs the match with Bianca. Bayley and Sasha and Charlotte praise the women pay-per-view and NWA versus Impact on Twitter. They did. Yeah, Maj, you are correct. They were all tweeting about it. And Sasha said, "Man, can we do this?" Yeah, they're all thinking about it. Yeah. Well, there you go. There you have it. Now, here's the thing. How can you find out when all this stuff happens or whether we were right or not? Well, you know what you got to do? You got to show up on Saturday night because that's the only way you're going to know. I mean, yeah, you can watch it in your house and watch it by yourself with your brother or your dad. He's eating corn chips or whoever the case might be, or your dog or your cat, whatever.
Damn.
But why not come out and watch it with us? And you know what? I'll even give it to you. You can even all gloat if we were wrong. You can all gloat and say, "Boy, you guys suck." Your prediction
I will
terrible.
be the first one if Bray Wyatt shows up at the Royal Rumble. I don't know. I'll do something for you guys.
I think we're going to all mark out if Bray Wyatt. Listen, we marked out the last time that he came back, which I just got my action figure of the Fiend and the Burn Fiend. But yeah, so make sure that you follow. See, you could come out to this and check it out and everything like that. But the whole thing is the follow up. You got to follow up, and the follow up is on Saturday night. So make sure you all come out with us on Saturday night, just 2 days from now, and check out the Royal Rumble, which is always a fun time and one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. So make sure you all come out and check us out. Jeff, what time are we starting the show? We starting usual time?
7:45.
Okay. So we're starting at 7:45. There may be a pre-show match. We're not sure, but we're going to start at 7:45. So make sure you come out and you all join us this coming Saturday for the Royal Rumble. Before we go quickly, Tazzy, let them know what you got. I know you've got SmackDown tomorrow night. So again, you got one more show before the Rumble. That is SmackDown. It's a go-home show, so make sure you check out Tazzy's stream tomorrow. Go ahead, Tazzy.
Yeah, SmackDown Friday, 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, by the way, not 4 o'clock my time. We're going to. Seth is going to be there. We already know Seth's going to be there. We have a match with Sonya Deville and Naomi on Friday. Could Sonya Deville find some way to get Naomi out of the Royal Rumble that will cause something else to happen? Just throw it out there. You never know.
That would be as good as somebody getting attacked in the back and not being able to make their spot in the run, which happens a lot. So, yeah.
Just saying. So, tell them for that. And, of course, we all have next Tuesday, NXT, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. This is our last 2 months, guys. The last 2 months of our normal watch-alongs. After that, we'll do special NXT shows and pay-per-views on the show. Other than that, we're going back to the pre-show party and the after parties for each show. So,
yeah, that's right. Tazzy will be going back. Well, if they ever decide to play baseball again in America, we'll see.
We're working on it.
Tazzy will be going back to work if they ever do. Let's see. Sonya was on the phone. Yes, it is, says Brandon Barnes. All right. There you go. So there you have it. There's our prediction show. Thank you all for coming out. We know it was right after another wrestling show. We appreciate you all coming and joining us tonight. Thank you to Jeff for putting this whole presentation together, kind of on short notice, and getting it looking as good like he usually does. And of course, to Tazzy and to Jodie for coming out and having some fun with predictions like we always do. So yeah, come out and join us on Saturday, guys. It's going to be a great show. For those of you who come out to the Impact stream, we will be right back here tomorrow night at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will be doing some Impact. We'll talk about some of the people that we were talking about maybe seeing. We'll be there. Mickey James is in the Impact Zone tomorrow night, so who knows? Maybe Mickey will have something to say about the Rumble. I'm sure she might. So come and join us for Impact if you don't normally. We'll be there 7:45 until around 10. We go off for a little bit. We come back with after the Impact. Friday, of course, join Tazzy for the go home show for SmackDown, and then Saturday is the big show. It's Royal Rumble. We will get to you guys on when we're going to do our awards because they are definitely coming up. We don't want to let that go too long, so that will be a Sunday coming up very soon. And we should have a Abby's this coming week, I'm thinking, right, Jodie and Jeff? Yes. Okay. So Abby's is back on Monday as well. They might have a lot to talk about. Might
be a lot to talk about. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Just saying.
Hold on.
My voice hasn't been the same since I've been sick, so okay.
I had to.
That's what I came into the stream tonight too, guys. Just so you know, I as soon as I jumped on the stream, I heard this. I'm like, why am I hearing Barry White in our stream all of a sudden?
Telling me this, telling me that.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. So there you go. We leave you smiling at the end of the night. So there you go. Jeff's got a new soundboard to play with. We're always changing things here. Well, guys, it was great seeing you all. I really, really appreciate you coming out tonight. Listen, have a great rest of your night. Enjoy SmackDown tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Enjoy Impact tomorrow if you come out, and then enjoy SmackDown on Friday with Tazzy. And hopefully, we will see you all this coming Saturday night for the big show, the Royal Rumble. Talk to you all soon. Stay safe. Be kind to one another, and hopefully, we'll see you all soon. Good night, everybody.